For sure, man.
Hey, bro, she ain't going down.
All right, bro. No doubt. All right, last thing before we go. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you one more thing. Now tell me what you guys think. And in regards to, do you think America thinks Native Americans are a costume?
I just think that's wrong. I mean,
For sure.
you don't see white people be in a costume now, do you? Unless
sure.
we all in costumes every day. So
Yeah, you don't see white people put on black faces talking about I'm a rapper now, like Compton.
He just elbowed.
So low-key racist.
So I got the handout, so I'm
just gonna cover up in the sheet and call that a costume. That's some goddamn.
Native American heritage is celebrated every day in tribes all across the country. I know that's how it is for me and my people personally. We always try to carry on the language and always try to do something to keep the culture alive for the future. But to everyday people who are at work and those who are in school, Native American Heritage Month is just a reminder that it's not just history, that the culture is still alive and well today, because some people base their interpretations of a Native American on Hollywood and type of stereotypes that we see in movies.
The way Native Americans have been portrayed in the movies. Now we all know that every movie needs a villain, but during the last 100 years, more than 4,000 movies have cast Indians in that role, depicting them as bloodthirsty savages.
I'm going around here talking to people at Chandler Gilbert Community College about the month of November. What do you think of when I say of Native American Heritage Month, bro?
I have no idea, dude. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because you don't really know too many Native Americans besides me, I'm guessing.
Not that many, yeah. I know you, and that's about it.
That's pretty much. So, like, all your knowledge of natives was just based on like movies like Peter Pan and kind of like you know what I'm talking about, like, you know, Indians and TV and kind of
kind of, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really like seen or been exposed to that much Native American culture except for like in movies and stuff. So
I honestly don't know. I guess sort of like the festivals and stuff, and like the stuff you see on TV.
Well, I got some Native American in me, so I mean the hair says it all. So
yes.
I gotta rock it like that.
I kind of think of Thanksgiving, some berets.
Hell yeah.
Pocahontas.
Bro, I'm Native American. You all got the hatchet in the car. Like, don't even worry about it.
Oh, what do I think of with Native American Heritage Month? I actually think of activism. I actually think about Native American Heritage Month as actually a really important point of activism, because it's a time period during the year that's usually spent celebrating Thanksgiving. But Native people have appropriated that month as a month in which they're celebrated, rather than the colonization of the U.S. and you know, Christopher Columbus and all of that, the Pilgrims. All of that kind of gets pushed aside when the narrative is turned upside down, because there's a focus on Native people rather than the colonization of them. So that's what I think about.
Awesome. Do you know anything about history of Native Americans?
No, to be honest, I don't know much. Just what you see in the media, I guess that's where you get your perspective from.
Now, from you personally, you've lived in Arizona your whole life, right? Mm-hmm. You don't really know too much about Native American culture, I'm guessing.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not one bit. And that is so sad.
Why do you think that is? Like, because you're not the only one. He was, all these people I interviewed, but why do you think that is?
Because we still have, the word's not coming to my head, tribes here living. It kind of, I don't know if it originated here. I don't know anything, really. And that's kind of sucks, because we at least know something about everything. And
I appreciate it because our country was built upon it. So
For sure. I'm going to show you a couple photos real quick. You just tell me what comes to your mind, all right? First one would be Mr. Peter Pan.
yeah. Oh, well, they were very mean in the movie, so portrayed very meanly.
Dated. It's a 1950 cartoon, and that was the best thing to come up with as far as an image for Native.
For a Native American, they're like, yo, let's draw him tubby.
I think it's racist. I mean,
like, why do they have to make me tubby? Like, they made him so fat.
And they make you have red skin too. Just kinda.
It makes me think about the once again, like when I was that age, when I watched this, I didn't really know much about Native American culture.
This is the only thing you can base your whole idealism of what natives are like, because you didn't know anybody, right? You didn't know anybody, so seeing a movie like this in Disney, you kind of be like, oh, this is kind of what the natives are like, a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure. And now, what do you think of when you see this? This is Gwen Stefani in her music video last year.
Offended the Native American community, finding the video disrespectful to their culture. In the Looking Hot music video, Gwen and bandmate Tony Kanal are prisoners in an old western town and are dressed in tribal gear. Gwen is tied up on a wall by a sheriff and also dances in a teepee and on a horse.
That does not look like a real Native American. She's hot though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. We tend to borrow the weakest cultures and exploit them because they can't fight back. So I'm not surprised by this.
This is Gwen Stefani.
She is not no part of Native American. She is white as the ice we drink.
I agree.
She wanna be Native American. She wanna be.
I agree.
She could be my goddamn Pocahontas any day.
Oh.
I'm gonna show you one last thing, Madison, since we're on the subject of what the media represents, because you've never really seen culture of Native Americans, right? Throughout your whole life? Yeah. So, do you think my culture in the United States of America is kind of representation, is like a joke or a costume?
I mean, pretty much. Just because there is a lot of symbolism behind everything they do, I think the fact that we don't show that, or the fact that we don't even recognize that's a thing, we kind of just here's a square with some nice patterns, and it's nice. This is good. This is Native American.
Give him some sandals too, really completes the game.
Nice.
I think it's to me it's the rarity of the exposure of the people to the culture. I think they see it as this magical, mystical kind of
We don't exist.
Correct, or really that you. This is rare, and people find it kind of interesting, but in the wrong ways, really.
They do. I mean, we've got it in our football teams, our basketball teams, our school mascots. They do put that in there, and it needs to be changed.
Why do you think they do that?
Because I don't think they really looked at it as real people with real culture and real community. And sadly, they just decided to appropriate the ideas and say, oh, they're brave and they're brave warriors, so why don't we just use their ideas too?
I was really frustrated that not that many people knew about my culture in this day and age. So, in light of that, I decided to volunteer my company, Indigenous Enterprise, to do some shows here in the Valley in Arizona to really help educate and break stereotypes that these people had in their minds, and to really show them what a real Native American looks like. So I want to thank all my friends and everybody that was involved in the show. It was a huge success. All my good bros that went and came out of their way and drove and spent gas money to come out and do these shows with me. You guys are awesome. And I thought it would be very interesting to do a second interview with these people after they saw my show to really see what they thought of a Native American afterwards. Awesome. Yeah. Do you did you recently went to a show this past week? Tell me about it. What happened?
Oh yeah. So you were performing along with people in your
swag,
right? Yeah. And it was very exciting. I had my class go to the show, and it was really exciting to see them show up and to see their faces and how many people were standing watching. It was really, really energizing and really empowering, and I could tell just by you on stage. Your energy was you were just so enthusiastic, and it was just so exciting to see you and how proud you were of yourself. And doing these dances that I had seen the jingle dance before. I'd seen the chicken dance, but I hadn't, and I had seen the shawl, a version of the shawl dance, a fancy shawl, but I had never seen anything that you performed, and it was intense. I mean, I can't tell you.
Yeah, you got on stage. Tell them about what happened on stage.
Oh
yeah. She came out. She whooped some ass. I saw the.
Well, I wasn't really sure what I was expecting because I've never seen anything like that before, and afterwards I kind of gained. I don't know, I feel like I gained some knowledge of what Native American dances are all about and stuff, and there's different types of dances for different stuff, and and there's a bunch of cool different stuff that I never even knew about that's in the culture. Yeah.
Tanner, what did you think of the show? What did you think?
It was great food, by the way. The fry bread and the tacos
Man, I ate like 6 or 7.
Yeah, they were so good. And the dancing was, I'd never seen it before because I never go up to the
reservation?
Yeah, I never go up there. It was cool. Culture showed how they dance. And yeah.
It was beautiful?
It was beautiful. Yeah.
What about you, Sarah?
It was great. It was great to see like the different styles of dancing and like their traditional wear and everything put together.
I loved it. I loved it. It was such a breath of fresh air and unique point of view to me, and that should be featured more often on campus.
I think it's actually pretty good because it raises awareness around other communities, and I think that's where we really need to do the impact is like telling people that we are still here, we're not going anywhere. So that's why I really
Listen, she's spitting the truth.
Yeah, especially in the city. I mean, people they grow up in the city and they don't really know what it's like growing up on the res. So we got to come out here and lay some truth down and be like, yo, this is what it's about. And we have to take it serious, We're here, we're making moves, and people are going to hear our voices, We got rights and we're going to get out.
What about you?
Oh yeah, well, people can't erase Native Americans. We're always going to be here. We've been here before, we'll be here after. Regardless of what we celebrate, we do change throughout the world. We always adapt and evolve, so no matter what, indigenous people are here.
To me, it was amazing. It was a way to learn more about a culture that I know very little about, and to know and to kind of understand the history and the evolution of the culture to what it is today, and the preservation of all those very good customs that they had and still have.
They're kind of like showing homage to respect culture that you don't really see that much today being represented. Yeah. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, I agree with both of them. It was cool to see all that, but what stood out to me was like how high energy it was. Like you guys were moving, like especially in your dance, what was the warrior
fancy dance?
Yeah, it was like I couldn't believe how quick and like all the spins. Then you jumped off the stage. That was cool.
Put on, bro. What did you think of the performance?
Mind-blowing and crazy at the same time. I am jealous of your dance moves, not gonna lie. I could never do a split.
I think the show was fantastic, I'll watch it over again if I had a chance to.
Hell yeah. What was your favorite part? What was the favorite part?
My favorite part was, the dancing part. You guys killed it.
Hell yeah.
You guys killed it.
Oh yeah. My favorite part was when the guys start playing the flute. I really liked it because I used to play the flute.
He was laying it down?
Yeah, I liked that part. And I liked when you danced.
Yes, right here. Do you remember which category or which dancer really caught your attention?
Yours and also the warrior one.
Oh, the one where he got down low?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nathan Largo real quick. Now, with the show you guys saw and how you saw real Native Americans, do you think America thinks that my culture is a little bit of a costume? A tiny bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
I think that white people just try to take other people's cultures and make it into their a joke. Not like a joke, but Halloween. Make money off of other people's cultures, and it's not even accurate.
Disrespectful at the biggest. It's like if you see a white guy wearing a costume,
a
blackface or African costume, and on Halloween, I don't think it's cool.
That's bullshit. It doesn't even have as much coloring as your guys' costumes. When I saw your guys' costumes, I was like, wow, they're so vibrant. They look really good. This is like the bougie version, a bootleg.
It doesn't look like a real Native American costume. Now that I've seen it, the real one.
Go on.
That just looks fake and kind of trying to imitate the real costume. It's just not there. It's shitty.
It's shitty.
That's true because a lot of even in African culture, they'll dumb it down and do the actual colors of what they have down, but it's very vibrant, very energetic. They do a lot of movement, and white people, they two-step.
Yeah, they two-step.
I definitely think you did do the costume. You brought great awareness to that type of thing because a lot of people don't even consider that when they do consider costumes. Exactly.
Not even in their mind.
But if you were to think about it, if it was vice versa, I was to go as a white person for Halloween, that would be a problem. Or if someone else was to go to a black person, it's a problem. So yeah, you definitely left a great message in.
Sure.
I think it was just very special. It was a moment where I just felt like this is what CGCC our school should be like, to be engaging right with the audience. I think that it was great to have the students there, but it was so excellent to have a student there as a leader at school doing this. So I want to thank you for doing that.
Hey, come here, give me that hug. Come right here. You see this teach? You see this one right here? She holding it down here at CGCC. You can't mess with her in her class. I'm gonna end the interview on that note. But happy Native American Heritage Month to y'all.